If you're watching this, chances are you're pretty passionate about making videos. You're learning all about different cameras, compositions, slow motion, anything that's gonna get you excited. And in the back of your mind, you're probably thinking, what if this wasn't just a hobby? What if he could do this full time? Because in just 3 years, we went from complete beginners who had no idea how to use a camera to running a full-time 6-figure production business. And let me tell you this, it was not easy. We made a lot of mistakes along the way, some that we paid dearly for. So today, I'm gonna review to you the 5 biggest mistakes that we made so that you, as a complete beginner, can learn from them. The first mistake was spending our precious money on a piece of equipment that did not make sense for us. Back then, we were searching for the next big camera that could take us to the next level. We wanted something that could produce professional, cinematic looking footage that could help us get clients. So without doing much research at all, we bought the Canon 200D. We were probably thinking like, yeah, it has autofocus, so it should be pretty good, right? Well, turns out the Canon 200D doesn't shoot in 4K, it doesn't have any log profiles, and it didn't really produce that crisp looking cinematic footage that we were looking for. And we really fully realized our mistake 1 year later when we bought the Sony a7 III. This time, we carefully researched the specs of the camera and only bought it once we knew it suits the line of work that we're doing. So next time when you're buying your next piece of equipment, ask yourself this. Does this piece of equipment make sense for me? Does the specs and functions support the creation of the videos I'm trying to create? So, if you're buying a camera so that you could get into wedding videography, you need to consider aspects such as slow motion, autofocus, and picture profiles. If you're looking to buy a lens to shoot real estate, then you need to consider the range of focal length the lens needs to have. Do proper research because at the end of the day, it's your precious money you're spending. Our second big mistake was caring too much about how much we charge. I vividly remember back then, whenever someone inquired with us, there would be this internal turmoil inside my head. Like, crap, how do I quote this person? If I quote too low, I feel like I'm getting taken advantage of. But if I quote too high, I feel like I might lose the sale. What should I do? Looking back, I would just tell this man to shut the F up and chill, bro. Let me tell you why. When you're first starting out, you're charging a few hundred, which is peanuts and miniature to what you'll be earning in the future. Instead of worrying about money, you should be focusing on number 1, getting professional experience and improving your skills as much as possible. Go on internships, shadow other filmmakers, do whatever it takes to make you a better videographer. Number 2, you should be building a premium and professional looking portfolio. Because without it, no one's gonna know that you could produce awesome videos. And therefore, no one's willing to pay you. And the third thing that you should be focusing on instead of worrying about money is building your network. Building relationships is how we build our business. The more people you know, the more opportunities will come to you. So once we changed our priorities, it didn't matter that we were underpaid. Instead, we looked at how each project could benefit us long term. For example, in the second year of our business, we did a shoot for a few $100s for a multi-million-dollar developer client. The videos turned out well and the clients really liked them. Fast forward to this day, they remained consistent clients and now we're charging them thousands for each project. So that shoot that we only did at the start for a few $100s, that was just to get into the door. Because once we got into the door, the rewards were so much more. Before we move on to the next step, I want to let you in on a little secret. You know how we got our videography to 6 figures? Well, it wasn't easy and we often find ourselves clueless to what we should do next. And you're probably feeling the same way as well. You're passionate about making videos, but sometimes you have no idea what to do to get to the next level. Well, that's why we created the Filmmaker Starter Kit. It contains a clear roadmap of how we started all the way to the point where we built a 6-figure videography business. In this kit, you'll find email templates, sales proposals, production templates, and more. And for those of you who's serious about turning videography into a business, we offer one-on-one coaching as well, where we'll provide hours of personalized guidance and advice so that you can reach your goal faster. So if you want to find out more about these, the links are in the description box down below. Now moving on. Mistake number 3 is not having a niche portfolio. Imagine this scenario, alright? An engaged couple is browsing through Instagram looking for a videographer to capture their wedding. And they came across two kinds of portfolio. The first portfolio features food videos, real estate videos, sports videos, and a whole bunch of other stuff. On the other hand, the second portfolio clearly shows wedding films after wedding films. So let me ask you this, which videographer would the couple rather go with? Of course they're gonna go with the second option, because the second portfolio has a clear brand identity. It clearly shows what they specialize in and display countless social proofs that they can be trusted to do an amazing job. So here's my advice for you, right? Start with whatever you're interested in first. Whether it's food, weddings, sports, real estate, whatever. That's gonna be your niche. Then build a portfolio that only showcases videos from that niche. Over time, you're gonna build a clear brand identity. And when clients come to your profile, they know immediately exactly what you specialize in. For example, when we were beginners, we were really into food. So naturally, our initial portfolios have all these restaurant videos. And that allowed us to build a good client base and a brand identity. Interestingly enough, our food-based portfolio also gained us clients from other industries. Mistake number 4 is inadequate client communication. At the start of our journey, we just thought, hey, if our videos were good, then the clients should be happy. They should be ecstatic. Everything else doesn't matter. But we learned the hard truth that even if you create the best video in the world, if you didn't handle your communication with your client properly, then the client's not gonna be 100% happy. They're gonna be like,
wow, the video is really good, but we expected the video like a week ago.
Or like, yeah, the video is like amazing, but it's not what we expected it to be.
you have to realize, at the end of the day, if the client's not happy, they're not gonna work with you again or refer you to another business. And this is what a lot of beginners do, is they tend to overlook the importance of client communications. Things such as like setting expectations, progress reports, deliverables management, those are important things that can really make a client satisfied. So I'm gonna show you exactly how we communicate with our clients these days. So one of the things that we tend to do at the start is set correct expectations for our clients. When discussing what the project will entail, we would always send them links to reference videos so that they have a good idea and a clear expectation on what the final videos are gonna look like. We also set expectations by emailing them a detailed scope of the project. So things like the budget of the project, exactly what we're gonna do for them, what the final deliverables are, how the payment will be processed, and what the next steps are. Another good practice that we do is after each shoot, we would send the client the expected delivery timeline for all the deliverables, and we also provide them with regular updates on how the project is going, especially if there's a delay. This way, you don't leave your clients in the dark. Mistake number 5, waiting for the client to come to you. We've seen a lot of beginner videographers with this mentality that if they just do a few good pieces of portfolio work, put it up on their IG, and then just wait, clients are gonna start flowing in. Well, let me break that delusion for you, yeah? Because that's not gonna happen. Because after a few months and these videographers haven't been receiving any client work at all, they're gonna be complaining.
Wow, my work is so good. Why haven't I been receiving any clients?
Well, here's why. Instead of sitting back, you should be focusing on doing these 2 things instead. Number 1, you should be continuously improving your portfolio. You can do that by either doing passion projects, using reference videos, or by shadowing other filmmakers that you admire in your area. And this is exactly what we did. In 2020, we met 2 cyclists who wanted to cycle one whole big round around Australia for a good cause. Pretty sure it was for a charity about mental health. And we did a film promoting this adventure they're gonna go on, because it's not easy. You're cycling one whole big round around Australia. That's pretty massive. And it was pretty much a passion project because no one paid us for anything. But we knew that once we pour our heart and soul into this film and put it up on our portfolio, we're gonna be able to leverage it in our sales pitch to the cycling companies in Sydney. A few months later, we landed a client that sells clothing to cyclists, and I remember getting paid a few thousands for that project. And this is all because we did that passion project with the 2 cyclists at the start. Okay, the second thing you should be doing is outreaching to clients that you want to work with in your area. For example, we really want to break into the restaurant industry. So every single night, we would DM 5 different restaurants on our Instagram asking to do a free shoot for them. During the weekends, we would go do these shoots, edit them, and post them on our Instagram. This not only allowed us to build our portfolio, but also build relationships with these restaurants. Now, if you're serious about taking your videography to the next level, then you should watch this video next. It's about the story of how Jono became a videographer in just 3 months. If you're new to this channel, click subscribe because we release new videos every week that could elevate your videography. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Stay focused.